Good good morning. Good morning, everybody. I'm on mute again. Hold on. Hold on. Okay, there we go. Now I'm off mute. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the program. Let me adjust. Let's get a look at the Should we start off early? Look, good morning, everyone. Hello, welcome to the program. It is Sunday. I am me. You are you. I will be making coffee in my underwear. Why does this always make noise? This new weird system here. Silent mode on. Jesus, the spaces make noise every time somebody joins. This little bloop thing. It's not a bleep bloop. It's more of just a bloop. Let's get a look at the underwear quickly, shall we? Oh, you can't see. I'll get this. Hold on. Let me get the. They're iron colored. They're Calvin Klein. They're iron. They have a little hole in the front too, which maybe I shouldn't show off, lest we get demonetized. I don't know how that's going to work. Nevertheless, we are here. How are you? I'm wonderful. Things are good. And if you haven't already, I urge you, it behoove you, I beseech you to watch the latest episode of Hey W. With Daddy Magic and Angelo Parker. They were delightful. They were a romp. They did a lot of stuff. And we are, I wouldn't say parallel to each other. We have some things in common, being Canadian and so forth. And I guess that's pretty much all we have in common. Nevertheless, it was a strong bonding point. And here we are now. And I think we had a nice time. It was a little bit of an emotional roller coaster. We learned things about each other. They learned about me. I learned about them. And they're so sharp and so delightful to be around. So if you want to have a good time, other than this good time, not to say that this is a good time, maybe this will be a bad time, but guaranteed good time. Hey W. The links are everywhere. Just click on them. Also, somebody had posted on Reddit yesterday or 2 days ago. They cut together the best of Hey W, which wasn't really the best. I mean, there was more they left out. It was just a selection of, whatever this person seemed to enjoy, which was very nice. And everyone seemed to like it, which was so sweet and nice. And then people are like, oh, I've never heard about this before. Well, then good. What do I have to do? I have to go on a radio show and promote it like the old days? Do I have to put it in a newspaper? Watch the show. You'll enjoy it, I think. If you like the guest, you will like them more after the show. If you don't like the guest, I don't know. Maybe you'll end up neutral. It'll be a push. But nevertheless, let's talk to people. Amanda said, good morning, sir. Hello, friends. John said, good morning. I'm enjoying the coffee. Hope you're doing the same. I'm enjoying a coffee with my own face on it. And it's called High Anxiety by Rootless Coffee. Also, I would like to say hello to Justin Wang, who is not watching this, who bought my coffee and Danhausen's coffee. And I hope he bashes them together and they fight. Mia said, good morning, beautiful people. So Sierra said, good morning, everyone. I met Sierra on Saturday, a week yesterday. Or a week Sunday, a week today. I did a live show before All Out across the street. It was a nice time. I did a live Hey W. My special guest was Renee Paquette. And it was a swell time. Another Canadian and a lot of that shit in common too. So it was basically the same interview. And they taped it. I think they taped it. I don't know. Well, the Pro Wrestling Tees taped it. It's not going to be on the official AEW thing. Maybe it'll be a lost episode. That's fun. It'll build some intrigue. Didn't really count. We didn't have the sign. Anyway, I met Sierra. She was delightful. It's a pleasure to meet her. And thank you to everyone who came out to say hello and made signs for some reason. Miss Sandy said good morning. Megan said good morning. Happy Human Adventure says hello. Morning, hello. Welcome to your program. Kier said, what's your issue with Duluth? I don't have an issue with it. I just think it's, a really aggressively average town. And when I go to that kind of topic in my head, Duluth. It's Minnesota. What do we get? It's not Minneapolis. It's not good enough for Mary Tyler Moore. So what are we doing here? Joelle said, good morning from the Sunflower State. Yep. Great meeting you last week. Thank you for putting up with my teenage girl at a pop band concert screaming. Yeah, it was just like, how's everybody? And then people go, woo. That's never happens in a personal setting. You never go to, I don't know, you're shopping for clothes at the Gap and the person goes, how are you today? And you go, woo. It's not. It's only a thing, only a noise you can make within a group of people. Mr. Havoc said, good morning, RJ. How's your weekend thus far? Oh, it is thus. Amanda said, it was a pleasure to meet you last Sunday. I really appreciate your kindness. Very kind in person. Megan said 2.0 was wonderful. They did a good job keeping up with you. They're fast fellas. They have a quick wit. Zoel said, so Sierra, Amanda, great. See, Zoel met. So Sierra, isn't that nice? Oh, God, I've lost my place. Oh, no, we're on track. Christine said, good morning, all. Waiting to start a 5K, which is a run or a walk, but you have to go in a certain direction for a certain amount of time. They had the courtesy of scheduling around this show. Well, that was kind of them. Say hello to all the Ks. At least it's 5 and not 3. Lauren said, hello, RJ in chat. Really enjoyed the delightfully French-Canadian AEW. I did speak a little bit of French there. I don't want to give it all away, but it was a spiritual experience. Joe has joined Citizens United. Thank you, Joe. Welcome. Click around. Use the emojis. If you need anything, Nails is there for you. She's like the customer service representative. Susie has been a member for 10 months. Isn't that something? What a journey it's been with you. Good morning and have a wonderful Sunday to you, Susie. Sean said, I'm waiting for the ready-to-display 60 DVD set of AEW from Time Life. I would love to put them all out on DVD. It's my understanding, I think all the car ones, like for the AEW pay-per-views, since they're tied to them, they all show up as extras on the DVDs. I don't think AEW will be. Will they make a hate? I don't know. If there's enough support, if there's enough demand, I don't know if there's enough demand for DVDs in general. However, I will say it is of the essence that you own physical media, because these streaming sites, they just delete whenever they want. It's crazy, and then you don't own it. You own the possibility of owning it. Erin has been a member for 29 months, and she said, good morning, all. Please like the video with the appropriate emojis. Thank you for your stewardship. Rod said, bonjour, RJ, bonne journée et bon café. Thank you. I'm not going to tell you what that means. Shaggy said, Daddy Magic sounds like a super fan. I'm a fan of Magic and dads. Human Adventure said, do you feel the way the Mountie and the Big Boss Man were portrayed to kids in the career era of wrestling is a result of how we adults portray officers of the law today? I don't think we really portray them in any way. I think they've always been portrayed, generally speaking, in a certain way. I think it was just two men in uniforms beating the shit out of each other. I think that was very clear in that feud. Petey said, RJ, there's a restaurant near Albany that is a pro wrestling Southern barbecue called Signal 30, which has nothing to do with wrestling. Not sure if you're going to the show Wednesday, but if you are, check this place out. I'm not going to the show. I pop in. I was had it all out. We filmed a bunch of stuff. They don't need me again for like another month. If you really want me to come to all of them, I guess you can ask, and then they'll ask me, but I wouldn't hold my breath. Megan Rickman Blackwood said, am I crazy, or are your numbers going way up lately? You're crazy. Seems like it on Twitter. Should we start prepping for an influx of new cult members? I don't know. I'm maybe still too niche. Maybe I really maxed out. And this is just the top amount of people that will tolerate me at any one time. Shaggy said, me too. I'm the timer guy. Sorry again. Shaggy was like, hey, let's take a picture. And then he hit it, and it was like a 10-second timer. It's like, oh, shit. And then he tried to shut it off, but 5 seconds had already gone by. And then for him to set it up again would have taken an extra. I'm just like, just leave it. Let's enjoy these 10 seconds together. And I think we did. Spot Center said, is wrestling back? Was it ever here? I went to 3 shows yesterday in Pittsburgh. Another one was canceled, or there would have been 4 in the area. Well, the fact that one was canceled tells me the old wrestling is back. Mike Ferrari said, hey, do you shoot multiple episodes a day? How long before they are uploaded? I assume you're talking about AEW. Yes, you can tell by my clothes. I seem to change my outfit every 4 episodes. And how long before they go up? It could be all over the place. We film one last week that could go up this week. We filmed one before that could go up instead. Sometimes it's a last minute decision. So it's kind of all over the place. But if you look at my outfit and the room and the lighting, I mean, Tony, Claudio, who else was there? Taz and Daddy Magic and Cool Hand Ange. You can tell by the carpet. Not every hotel has that carpet. Man Sandy said, I had Ricky Morton's Rock and Roll Espresso for the first time. It was just as bitter as you said. Well, so is he. Okay, Gamer said, hi to you. If you want to see young, adorable, marshmallowy pup swimming, go click on her channel. She took Orson swimming yesterday, and it seemed to be delightful. And also, after this, This stream will redirect to Jessamine and Mia Yim playing Project Zomboid. They're zombies and we're trying to get away, that whole thing. So if you want to hear that, and it'll be fun and nice, it'll go. Well, then just stay. You don't even have to click. That's the beauty of the redirect, is that it'll just turn into that. So enjoy it at least. Tiffany said, hello. Hope everyone's having an okay morning. So far, so good. Daya said, good morning. Just got done watching AEW and it was phenomenal. Glad you got to taste 2.0. David said, smoking a joint, smoking a marijuana cigarette, and driving to work on this rainy Chicago morning. Please keep your eyes on the road. I don't think you should be doing that. Sean said, were you a fan of Just Like Mom's kids game show from the 90s, from the 80s? No, it was like before my time, but the people who did Splat-A-Lot produced the reboot called Just Like Mom and Dad. I don't think it went everywhere. It was certainly on Canadian television, and it was the same show, but with moms and dads and less kissing. RJ Ramos has been a member for 21 months, and he said, well, hey, and I say, well, hey to you. Quite an achievement for you there, good sir. Happy Human Adventure says, are you involved in the editing of the Hey W videos? If so, how much do you cut? I'm not necessarily involved in the, like, I don't edit them myself. It's minimally cut. I will tell you that. I would say today's episode was pretty much one take. Taz is, there's no other takes. It's what we do is what you get, and there's also no cuts. Taz's episode, I'm sure there's no cuts. I don't think there's any cuts in Tony's. Some stuff, and I can think of, when I say some, I can think of maybe a handful of things we've had to take out because maybe by the time it airs, it no longer makes sense. We're talking about a certain thing and it doesn't fit with what's going on now. So that stuff goes out. But by and large, I assure you, there's minimal editing. OK Gamer has a request. Oh my God, Mikey G said my friend was a producer on the remake of Just Like Mom. See, it's coming back, baby. Will you please sing Pineapple Princess? Pineapple Princes for Orson Wellington. It's so funny. I was just singing that in the car the other day. This is Pineapple Princes for Orson Wellington. One of my favorite songs. Pineapples are delicious to me. Pineapples are delicious, you see. Pineapples grow up in a tree. Won't you have one, just you and me? Because I'm I'm the Pineapple Prince. It's a little pricky. So don't you wince. Because I'm the Pineapple Prince. And I've been this way. Oh, since. Hey there, mister, won't you grab a pineapple? Sit down and give it a grapple. Hey there, mister, cut it just right. Hey there, mister, let's eat it tonight because I'm the Pineapple Prince. I like to cut it into a mince. The Pineapple Prince. That was Pineapple Prince for Orson Wellington, who has a toy that is a pineapple and seems to enjoy it. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. Yolanda is absurdly, this is early for you. It's only a little late. Say good morning, family. Jimmy said, watch the latest Hey W and turned into the Leo DiCaprio meme when RJ mentioned Sunday morning in questionable attire drinking coffee. Well, I wasn't talking about me. I was talking about a show they had. Please pay attention. Guardswan said, good morning, all. Aaron said, I'll take messages for Nails if anyone needs customer service. Oh, that's right. Nails is not here. This is like the second episode she missed ever. May God rest her soul. Zubin said, good morning, everyone. I ordered High Anxiety and Danhausen coffee yesterday. Can't wait for them to arrive. Please, Zubin, drink responsibly. Happy Human Adventure said, do you drink coffee to keep your lack of blood circulation ham warm? It helps. It thins the blood and helps with the flow. Otherwise, there's nothing here. Zoel said, 60-second scene request. Regis Philbin gives play-by-play of a wrestler's entrance. Dealer's choice on any specific wrestler. All right, here is my impression of Regis Philbin commentating over Danhausen's entrance. Here we go. A young grappler here. He says he's from very, very far away. Certainly not the Tri-City area. I'll tell you that much. Look at this guy. He's all hunched over with his hands. Somebody check on his posture. Oh, he's got a cape here. He's got nothing else on. I think he's going to fly away. Doesn't seem like quite a superhero here. He's just holding his hands. He's rubbing his hands. And he's got, it's hard to describe his face for those of you listening on the radio. Joy, what would you say this guy looks like? All right, Joy is unwilling to participate here. Oh, now he's pointing. He's cursing people. Reminds me of the goat curse of the Chicago Cubs. The curse of Babe Ruth, that whole thing. Maybe he had something to do with that. He seems to be of an indeterminate age. He's either 14 or 62, and really, I'm not quite sure. But he's making a lot of facial expressions like the great Marcel Marceau. Turned into Howard Cosell there for a little. But maybe that's a little, maybe Regis is a little Howard Cosell. That's something to think about. Lauren said, did you get your royalties from Danhausen's vlog? So, yeah, speaking of Danhausen, I was on his vlog again. He had me in 2 scenes. I was in it for like 15 minutes. He posts the video. You think I would make the thumbnail? No. Cesaro, oh Lord, Claudio made the thumbnail. I'm learning. It's better now. And he was barely in the video. He was there for like 3 minutes. He basically said, Danhausen, get the hell away from me. And then they put his mug on the thumbnail. Little ridiculous if you ask me. I carried the show. I don't want to, brag, but you don't see Claudio tap dancing up a storm. AKA Baldy said, what are the chances you'll be at the meet and greet at Battle of the Belts in Washington, D.C. on October 7th? I would say the chances are almost non-existent. I will not be at the show, nor when I'm at the show do they tell me to meet and greet. They probably put out a survey when you go to shows and they go, is there anyone you want to meet? No one writes down my name. So I'm not added to the list. They can say, who the hell are you? Really, they're saving me. They're doing me the favor by not having me go to the meet and greet. We have another. I'm so far behind. Let me get back here. Amanda said, eating coffee grounds. Elaborate. When I was a child, they used to have in the supermarket, I don't really know if they have them anymore, where you can grind your own beans. These little coffee grinding machines. You would scoop the bean of your choice, and you would put it in the machine, and there would always be remnants of coffee grounds. And as a child, because I was a monster and I would just eat absolutely anything, I would always stick my finger in the excess grounds of strangers and then put it in my mouth. And it was a fun, it was like free food. They're going to tell you, you have to pay for that. It's already ground. What's done is done, If a watermelon breaks in the middle of a supermarket, it's a free-for-all. You can have as much as you want. You can grab it. It's like a little vegetable fruit piñata thing. So I used to do that, and then I got used to eating the grounds. What can I say? I had also heard, oh my God, we have a request. Let me add this gentleman as a speaker. He is the world's strongest man. Let's see if we can. Mark, you're on mute, Mark. Hello?
I was on mute intentionally. I'm eating a sandwich.
Oh, but you requested to speak.
Yeah, but I had to finish chewing.
All right.
Me in mid-chew.
Oh, you have food in your mouth right now?
Right now.
Okay, let me stall, and you keep chewing, and let me know when you're ready.
All right, I'm ready.
Okay. Oh, okay. How are you?
See how easy that is?
That was great. You just swallowed. What kind of sandwich?
What's going on?
What kind of sandwich are you eating?
Black Forest ham and smoked Gouda on a toasted roll.
Oh, are you at a cafe?
Yeah, I'm in the airport in Denver.
Oh.
On my way back to Austin.
Very nice. This is a little early for a sandwich,
I don't want eggs.
Right.
People there to force you. Breakfast tries to force you to eat eggs. I refuse to be forced to eat anything.
But do you eat eggs at other times of day?
I do, when I want to.
Right. So you'll have eggs for lunch and say, you can't tell me what to do, world.
Exactly. You know how.
I know. So you would consider this breakfast. You're having a breakfast sandwich.
I would consider this a breakfast sandwich because of the timing.
Yes.
But traditionally speaking, it's not a breakfast sandwich.
Right. I would also like to say when we were in Chicago at the hotel restaurant, we had a nice bonding moment together. Do you remember this?
Uh-oh. I've been hitting the head a lot. You got to remind
Oh,
me.
Lord. We watched on television, we watched your son play football.
Oh, yeah. We did. I was a proud papa. I was at the game live, and I didn't realize that they were playing my theme music in the stadium.
Oh.
And I look down on the field and I see my son dancing. I'm like, what is he dancing for? And he's dancing to my music, and they're showing me on the screen.
Aw.
And I'm like, okay.
You didn't.
Right. Hey,
they didn't prep you for your big wave. Did they put a graphic?
They put a graphic. World's Strongest Man, Mark Henry in the crowd.
Yeah.
And it was kind of odd. That never happened before. I guess I got to get used to that.
But also, I want to say good on your son for not being embarrassed by the whole ordeal. If they showed my father on the screen, I think I would run away.
Look, that dude is a ham of royal proportion.
Now,
there's nothing he wants more than to be famous.
He's a sweet man, and he also, I don't want to be, I don't want to tell too many tales out of school, but he has a wonderful singing voice too.
Man, the guy he's a crooner.
He does croon, and we should duet at some point.
You know what? I'm going to arrange that. You tell me what's a good day for you. He gets off from school at 4 o'clock, and we'll put him on with RJ City.
I would love that very much. One more question.
What would you sing? What duet would you sing?
We could sing the way you. They can't take that away from me. You remember that song? The way you wear your hat.
Yeah, he loves show too.
Okay, well, that one's easy. I think it's in a reasonable key for everyone. It's something he can walk through.
Yeah, you can walk him through it. Just give him the tempo.
Yes. Yeah, it's nothing out of this world. I trust you. Or maybe we could do a little Julio Iglesias, Willie Nelson to all the girls I've loved before.
That's what he would do.
Okay.
I guarantee you, if you said that, you'd be like, let's go.
Okay, good. I'll prepare it then. I'll have it in my back pocket.
And because early mornings, they go to school at 5:30, 6 o'clock for football, and then after they have school. If you want to do something in the evening and record it, just let me know.
Well, that would be nice. What we need to do is when is he coming back with you? Is he going to be at any shows?
I wanted to bring him to New York at the Arthur Ashe Stadium, but the timing would be too tight.
Okay, because it's always better in person. Sometimes when it's over Zoom or whatever, you lose the energy of the person.
Yeah, I'm just gonna have to see, man. We're just gonna have to wait it out.
Yes. Well, I'm gonna prepare it. I'm gonna have the song in my back pocket, and I will just have to be ready.
All right, be ready.
Okay.
Once I tell him when I get home, he's gonna be prepared.
I'm in. I will tell you something. Mickey James tried to do we should duet too, and I called her out on it, and I'm like, let's do it, and then she got frightened.
Oh, intimidated.
Yeah, she got a little intimidated. I picked a Gershwin song, and I think it was too much for her. She does that country stuff, which is really just yelling.
You made me laugh out loud.
So.
I grew up in Texas, and so by birthright, you have to listen to country.
Right. I'll do maybe like a Leon Russell kind of thing. Yeah, not bad. So.
I'm thinking I took another bite.
It's okay. Digest at your own pace.
Willie Nelson, being a Texas icon, is one of my favorites.
Yes.
And a lot of people don't consider the songs that I like country music. But there was a guy named Eddie Rabbitt.
Okay.
And he had this song, I Love a Rainy Night.
Mm-hmm.
And that's my idea of country.
Okay. Well, I'm going to investigate that one too. You do have a wide taste.
Yeah. But the thing is I don't dislike anything.
Right.
but I play favorite.
I think that's incorrect. There's got to be one kind of music that you just do not like.
You know what? It's not such of a dislike, but bluegrass is not my favorite.
Right.
But I've listened to it before because I know people that listen to it.
Yes. Too much twang
polka,
for you?
Polka.
You don't polka?
I don't polka.
Oh, that's a shame.
Polka, I don't even know what.
Oh, really nice. Really classy. And you can get more of those witticisms on Busted Open, which is nice.
It's the clown in me.
Yes. You're a clown, but you're also a strong man. You're like 3/4 of a circus.
Wow. Is that a sizes joke?
How is it? No. I mean, you encompass so many different acts.
Okay.
You know, you're acrobatic. I'm sure you could balance something if you needed to.
I think I can.
Yeah. So you're a one-man variety show, to put it a little better.
You know, I've been flirting with the idea of doing a one-man show.
Why have you not?
I have no clue yet. I think I need proper direction, and I might have to hire you on as a writer so we can.
I would love that. I did one with David Arquette. I walked through his IMDb with him and basically roasted it all. And you, at no point have you ever thought about writing a book or something?
Yeah, I'm writing a book right now.
Is it a whole thing? How long have you been writing it for?
About 3 years.
Oh my God.
It's the life and times of the world's strongest man.
Will you include this episode in the Denver airport eating this sandwich?
You know what, man? I don't think it's going to make the cut because of the simple fact that I'm going over 50 years of information.
Right.
And it's actually going through my childhood stuff too.
Oh my God.
Man, it's very, very detailed.
Do you have a person helping you, or are you doing this on your own?
I do. I have a friend of mine who's a writer.
Oh, that's nice. And do you enjoy doing it, or is it like looking at yourself in the mirror?
It's like looking at myself in the mirror. There's a couple of times we talk, and we'd be talking and writing for like an hour or two. And I spent probably an hour crying because I relived tragedies and
Yes.
different things. It's been pretty rough.
Yes.
Not lately. Lately, right now we're into the where I came into pro wrestling in '95. And it was so much fun. It's, you know, like I was such a big wrestling mark that me seeing my heroes in person, that's what I'm talking about. Like,
Yeah.
But it's getting to the point to where the resentment of the contract that I signed, that's where we're getting now too.
Oh my God.
I go from all this fanboy stuff to people saying, "Man, I hate this song because it makes me sick."
Right.
I can't believe that they did this. You know, I've been working for 15 years and I never made that kind of money. And, you know, so people resented me being in the business, and that's what we're talking about.
Yes. Oh my God. This is going to be heavy. Do you have a title?
The life and times of the world's strongest man.
Can I throw out another option?
Yeah.
The World's Strongest Book, The Life and Times of Mark Henry.
You know what? I'll run it back. Do I have to pay you anything?
You've done so much for me. You've been it's the least I can do. I am repaying you, quite frankly.
Wow, thank you. I will definitely consider World's Strongest Book.
Thank you. If you need me to call them and make my pitch, I'm more than happy to.
You know what? You're pitching to the choir right now.
Yes, pitching to the choir.
Yeah, man. Rather than preaching, pitching.
Yes.
There's nobody above me in the process.
No. Well, I mean, maybe a publisher.
That's the way I wanted it.
Maybe the New York Times or something. Penguin Books.
They're going to love it. They're going to love everything. It's going to be a bestseller because of the time frame, the stuff that happened. I was there when WWE was suffering.
Right.
WWF was suffering. I went through the Attitude Era. I went through the Ruthless Aggression Era from beginning to end. And in between there, I went to Louisville, Kentucky. And John Cena came as a prototype.
Right.
Batista and Brock Lesnar and Shelton Benjamin. I mean, you name Randy Orton, all of those guys. I remember the first day.
Can I name another name that no one talks about? And I want to ask you about him?
Dolph Ziggler.
No. Do you remember a guy named Ron Waterman?
I do know Ron very well. Ron was one of my favorite people down there.
Yeah, I always saw pictures of that guy, and I was like, this guy's going to be fantastic. And then I don't know what happened.
He was very quiet. He
Mm.
was a quiet, gentle man.
Yeah.
And like smart, loved the fight, but I think that the wrestling, he just felt like it wasn't him. And I would have to like have a conversation like this that me and you are having
Yes.
with him to kind of ask him why.
Right. I understand.
Maybe that's a topic we could do together one day. We could do like people that could have been that never were.
I would love to talk about that. There are a bunch of people because you never know. You know, sometimes it's a gamble, and sometimes somebody has everything, and for whatever reason, it just doesn't materialize.
You know who else is like that?
Who?
Monty Brown.
Oh my God! People love Monty Brown.
Monty Brown was the original talent scout.
Yes.
And a lot of people forget how good Ryan was.
Yeah.
Monty, I don't know what happened.
No.
He was riding in the car with me one week, and then I never spoke to him for like 8 years.
Oh my God.
Can you imagine that? Like we ride in the car together, we talk, we go to the gym, and then say, where's Monty? He would come to work.
Right.
Call him, no answer. Call him, no answer. I don't know if I did something or
Yeah.
just got disenchanted with the wrestling.
And you haven't spoken to him since.
Well, I did speak to him about maybe 5 or 6 years ago.
And he was amicable?
Yeah, he was like, hey man, what's going on? I was like, man, what happened to you? And it was like, man, I was going through a bunch of stuff and I just had to get away.
Huh.
I didn't cry.
Right.
I didn't cry and say, well, what happened?
Right.
I just was like, man, good to see you doing well.
Well, that's nice. At least he's okay. And at least it wasn't your fault. At least you didn't personally offend him.
Well,
You know?
he handled it a lot differently than I would have.
Sure.
Nonetheless,
Yeah.
we did have a conversation.
Yeah. All right. I'm going to let you go finish. Are you done your sandwich?
I'm chewing right now. I took another bite.
Oh, my God. All right. I'll let you finish your sandwich. But
It was good to join you.
thank you for doing this. And we'll talk again soon. And I'm going to duet with your son at some juncture, too.
Awesome, man. Tell your fans I said hello.
I will. They're all enthralled with you and the things you do and your refusal to eat eggs at breakfast.
Only when I don't want to.
I understand. You're a man of your own palate, and I respect it.
Everybody around me is eating eggs.
You stand out in many ways.
Now I'm gonna get like a blueberry muffin.
Ooh, that's nice. That'll pair nicely with the ham you had and the what is it, Gouda?
Gouda, smoked Gouda, yeah.
You're gonna enjoy yourself. All right, I will talk to you later. Thank you.
All right, brother.
Goodbye. That was the darling, delightful, sweet, intellectual Mark Henry, soon to be author of the world's strongest book, The Life and Times of Mark Henry. That was so kind of him to call and just discuss life. That was like a little podcast for some reason. But I enjoy it's good. You're sitting in an airport. That tells you how little is going on in the Denver airport that Mark Henry said, hey, you know what? Let's talk to RJ. What a sweet gentleman. I wasn't going to ask him to sing because, it's in an airport. But I'm so far behind in the chat because I was so engrossed by what this man was saying Let me speed run this shit. Oh my God. Let's see how far back I need to go. I did Pineapple Prince, 60-second scene. Eating coffee grounds, I did. Sean wants a dramatic reading of Crazy Train. Okay. Crazy Train lyrics. Let me do the Crazy Train lyrics. All aboard, ha ha, ay, 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 ay. Crazy, but that's how it goes. Millions of people are living as foes. Maybe it's not too late to learn how to love and forget how to hate. Mental wounds not healing, life's a bitter shame. I'm going off the rails on a crazy train. I'm going off the rails on a crazy train. Let's go. I've listened to preachers. I've listened to fools. I've watched all the dropouts make their own rules. One person conditioned to rule and control. The media sells it. And you live the role. Mental wound still screaming, driving me insane. I'm going off the rails on a crazy train. That was the abridged dramatic reading of Crazy Train. I'm going very fast. Oh my God, Nails in New York is here. I'm not here, so she is. Popped on to press like, and so I had a milestone. Please sing something chosen by Sean Flagstaff, Jesus, as he's my homie. All right, Sean, that's up to you to make a request. Petey has joined Welcome Key to the City. Bless you. Enjoy all the exclusive videos. There's more coming every week. Enjoy yourself. OK Gamer said, RJ, remember when you were also a Pineapple Prince? And I feel like this is one of those swinging references. I don't. Dalton said, do the horse. I'm gonna not name the creator of the horse right now, but he did it so much better. I pale in the shadow of his horse. Luke said, that makes up having to cancel my subscription next month because I'm not broke. Don't worry about it. You can still enjoy this part without having to pay any money. Did Sean make a request yet? I don't think so. Megan said, best flavor push pop for a mid-work break. The push pop I was eating on Danhausen's vlog was a cotton candy flavor. Not that bad. I just like doing that. Aaron said, Mamma Mia for no reason. Raymond said, Vivian said, premium Mark Henry content. Zoel said, this is so cool. See, now he's not here, but everyone's talking about what a great person Mark Henry is. Bo Girl said, is this the power lifter? Kind of. Ted said, can we throw an espresso in the coffee? Gee, I wish. It's called a black eye. Zubin said, Mark Henry is shattering breakfast stereotypes and norms. I can't read at a certain hour. Vivian said, airport breakfast sandwiches are sometimes the only acceptable choice. Questionable egg muffin things or a Reuben. Sometimes that egg just sits there and it's wet. And you're like, Luke, I'm trying to get through to the requests. I want to hear those. You know, I want to make everyone relatively happy there. Zubin said, I was very concerned for RJ's safety when the golf cart incident happened during the pre-show. Luckily, the golf cart passed me before I could realize what was going on. It's my red carpet. I'm doing interviews. I'm not leaving that carpet. You want to talk to me, you come there. That's where I'm staying. I don't step 1 foot off of it. So, and that was my safety zone, thank God. And I will say, Ortiz and Ruby were nice enough to respect my red carpet, not futzing with the plants or the carpet, the backdrop, or anything. Ted said, are those boxers coffee stain proof? I mean, coffee stain, yes. Mia said, I'm dying right now. Yolanda said, Polka, I don't even know her. It's just, what a crass joke. And he's an author. Mikey said, dramatic reading of Wuthering Heights. Wuthering Heights by Kate Bush. Wuthering Heights lyric. Let's get through this. Out on the wily, windy moors we'd roll and fall in green. You had a temper like my jealousy. Too hot. Too greedy. How could you leave me when I needed to possess you? I hated you. I loved you too. Bad dreams in the night. They told me I was going to lose the fight. Leave behind my withering heights. Heathcliff, it's me. I'm Kathy. I've come home. I'm so cold. Let me in your window, Heathcliff. It's me. I'm Kathy. I've come home. I'm so cold. Let me in your window. Oh, it gets dark. It gets lonely on the other side. From you, I pine a lot. I find a lot. I'm coming home. I'm coming back, my love. Cruel Heathcliff. My one dream. My only master. Too long I roam in the night. I'm coming back to his side to put it right. I'm coming home to withering Heights. It was a dramatic reading of a weird song, which is no less weird than a dramatic reading of any other song. Megan said textual chocolate. That's nice. It'll get him sued, but that's great. Leo said, do you think RJ had to have an awkward conversation with Carrie Silkin asking him not to call in? I will tell you, on my social media, Carrie Silkin is alive and fucking well, I assure you. I'm sure he'll be calling in. If I say his name one more time, he's liable to call in. Vivian said 10 by 10 would read the world's strongest book. Luke said Dave Meltzer would be extremely offended by the M word. Thank God he's not here. I don't know which M word. Do we have more? Oh, there's another request. Spot Center just had a request for no reason. Sean, did you make a song request? I've missed it if you did. So just write it again. That was bequeathed to you by Nails. Who is this person? Okay, we got to kick this person out of the it's just a person who's just writing rest in peace Joe Rogan, which is both incorrect and annoying. Matt Sandy saw Ron Waterman at a Raw taping in 2001, 2002. I liked him. Amanda said, when he started, I made a Facebook group for it. I haven't published it, but does anyone want to fawn over RJ all week? I'll publish if the interest is there. Does anyone have that interest? Sean said, what a bot. Oh, yeah, this is it. Sorry, look, at least I deleted it. I figured it out. Luke said, for someone whose most famous line is, I feel like there's been enough talk, I'm impressed by this steadfast refusal to leave the conversation. Mark Henry is everyone sees his strength, and then they assume that's all he does. He's so smart and cultured and intellectual and analytical, and he's a conversationalist. So, and I would like to see a one-man show, the world's strongest show. Sean said, oh, shoot, did you do this yet? Claire said, I lost track of time, missed most of the show. Aaron said, I said Mamma Mia for a reason, but it was like 20 minutes ago, and now I can't remember why. Maybe it was like a Mauro Ranallo tribute. Sean said, per Nails' request, dramatic reading of Mark Henry's 3-6 Mafia theme. Okay. In tribute to Mark Henry theme song lyrics, dramatic reading. Somebody's Gonna Get It is the name of the song. Yeah. 3-6 Mafia. Say what? 3-6 Mafia. It's going down. You all know what time it is. We ain't playing with you in the club, in the street. Do you all know what time it is? Get ready for it. Step up, ready. Yes, sir. Somebody gonna get their ass kicked. Somebody gonna get their wig split. Somebody gonna get their ass kicked. Somebody gonna get their wig split. Beat him up, break his neck, beat him up, break his neck, beat him up, break his neck, beat him up, break his neck. I never need bod. How could I be scared of a man? I walk through this land like I run this land. Never can you imagine the bane that I bring. If I said I'm going to do it in the streets, it's the saying. It's the K-I-N-G in here. Wildest man in the world, and I have no fear. I'm the mean in the mean, the nightmare dream, the root of all evil, the weak fear me. Yeah. Somebody going to get their ass kicked. Somebody going to get their wig split. Somebody going to get their ass kicked. Somebody going to get their wig split. Beat him up, break his neck. 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 That was a dramatic reading of Mark Henry's theme, Somebody Gonna Get, and that somebody was me, and I got a lot of Mark. Soon to be author. That's exciting. Luke said, wish I didn't have to see this message hidden constantly, but it's better than the incessant spam. Well, I can click on the commenter and it's just, you're missing nothing. It's just sad face emojis. I can read it all to you. Joe Rogan wrestler. Like it's a Joe Rogan bot for some reason. Yeah. You're not missing anything, I assure you. Leo has a request. Mark Henry doing modern, edgy, anti-woke stand-up comedy. Okay, that's the scene I will be doing. Here's Mark Henry doing anti-woke, edgy stand-up comedy. Do you ever notice when you go to the airport, like the Denver airport, and people try to force you to eat eggs? They force eggs on you. All these people saying, these are my eggs and I'll do what I want with them. Well, this is my mouth and my body, and I'm having a sandwich and maybe a muffin later. What does the sandwich have, a pronoun? Huh? Yeah, I'm writing a book too. Everybody's writing a book. Yeah, well, I'm writing one saying these eggs suck. I can do whatever I want with these. What are these, free range? I'm sure. How big is the range? Huh? What are they, home on the range? They don't have range. They're just eggs. Sunny side scrambled. That's not range. Eggs are eggs. Should say no range eggs. I want my eggs in the smallest range imaginable. And then he rips the microphone in half. That's my scene request by request. Mark Henry doing edgy, anti-woke comedy. I always love the comedians who do any pronoun joke. Like, they're always bad. Like, there's no good pronoun joke. I've yet to hear one where I go, I disagree with your point, but I respect the joke. No, not once. It always comes with the shitty joke. So I don't know why they insist on commenting on it when those jokes are that bad. It's always like, what am I going to marry a chair next? Like, what? Why is that? Why did you think people needed to hear that? Party Up by DMX. We're just doing a lot of hip-hop songs. So dramatic reading. Party Up by DMX. Really filling the dramatic reading quota today. You're going to make me lose my mind up in here. Up in here. You're all going to make me go all out. Up in here. Up in here. You're all going to make me act a fool up in here. Up in here. You're all going to make me lose my cool up in here. Up in here. If I got to bring it to you, you cowards, then it's going to be quick, all right? All your men's up in the jail before, suck my dick. And all them other cats you run with, get done with dumb quick. How the fuck you gonna cross the dog with some bum shit? All right. There go the gun click 911 shit. All over some dumb shit. Ain't that some shit? Y'all, blank, remind me of a strip club, because every time you come around, it's like, what? I just gotta get my dick sucked. And I don't know who the fuck you think you're talking to, but I'm not him, all right? Slim, so watch what you do, or you're going to find yourself buried next to someone else. And we all thought you loved yourself. And it goes on from there. That's Party Up by DMX. I'm sure he was making a very strong point there. Megan said, this is magic. Christine said, when you go hip-hop, you go RJ. SM said, oh, my God, he's going to get demonetized. At least I knew enough to blank out the right words. You got the penis one, so it's not – I tried to meet everyone in the middle here. Daya said, that was the best thing I've ever heard. Vivian said, somewhere Eddie Kingston just looked up and narrowed his eyes. Well, it speaks to him. He understands it. And I'm sure he's appropriated some of it for a promo or something. Oh, Christine has a request. Off to run. She's doing the 5K. My only request is that you keep my knees in your thoughts and prayers. Christine, I will say just hydrate and use some joint formula and some fish oil. And don't do this again. Don't make a habit of it. These chronic runners, you did one, you get through it, you get yourself, you don't have to do it. Yeah, I did one. You don't have to do it again. So Sierra said it's hip hop hour for some reason. Sean said, or they do the pivot. I was talking about those bad comedians because they're bad comedians, which is absolutely true. I feel like, Jim Brewer or something was sitting down with his agent and did the math going, I can go down this path still and take this trajectory, or I can shift and sell out completely and it'll have a less chance of massive success, but it'll guarantee me consistent middle ground success. And I know I've talked about this before, and I feel bad even sharing that But former Governor Mike Huckabee had a talk show on some random conservative. I don't know what the station was. And I'm in love with it because it's so bad. And he so badly obviously thought like he wants to be Letterman. Like he watched that show and thought, gee, I can do this too, which is amazing. And he had people on like Joe Piscopo. And Piscopo, I think, sang New York, New York or some Sinatra shit, but he did it through the audience. And as he's doing it, he's shaking the men's hands in the audience and not the women. What a classy Sinatra guy. I could not stop watching it. And after this is over, I'm going to look more up and watch more bad acts. But they're all comedians who are like a little hot in the 80s, maybe like at the Improv and that 80s comedy boom. And then obviously they didn't take and they went, well, what the hell do I do? And then they go, you never see like a really successful, well, maybe a Bill Maher, who again, like his shift coincides with him not being funny. Or maybe Dennis Miller, maybe. I think he shows up on Fox a lot for some reason. And I thought, I mean, at one point he was very, very funny. He was always considered like a really good comedian. And then he just went, it's too much work. Sean said Russell Brand also comes to mind. Amanda is using my baby face emoji. Leo said people in the UK were so sick of Ricky Gervais, he went to America and became more famous. I will say, and I was talking about this the other day, Steve Coogan knew enough like not to leave. Do you know what I mean? Like not to annoy, but like not to just totally leave. And then like, I guess in a sense, once you leave, it's hard to come back full time. Like he could clearly, it was like, if I stay in England, I can do basically whatever I want. BBC will just throw money at me. Randy said, hi, RJ. After so many headaches and delays, my grand opening for my bar is September 30th. I hope you remember your drink I owe you. Oh, my God. Randy, what is the name of the bar? Randy has a bar in Vegas, and he's named a drink after me, and I've decided what's in it for some reason. Please let me know so I can plug it. Luke said, Dennis Miller had to pivot after you ran out of Bill Hicks's jokes. You got to wonder, maybe it's a good thing that Bill Hicks isn't around. Can you imagine how heartbreaking that would be to some people? And this is the James Dean effect, and I'm getting into this. But would Bill Hicks be so revered if he had to keep up to now? Something for you to ponder. Spot Center said, I'm going to the Pittsburgh Improv on Saturday. Jessica Curson, a birthday gift for my son. I've only done theater shows, first club show. I prefer seeing stand-up in a club. Stand-up in a theater is like, meh. Certain comedian, you'll never, even if it's like, and I saw like Seinfeld, I saw in a big theater. That material is just still like club material. Like it's funnier in a club. I saw Gilbert Gottfried in a club, and you're like, this would be horrible in a theater. Megan said, honestly, really impressed he caught up. Just commenting at this point to ensure we have content to make it to 10:30. Thank you for thinking of me, Megan. Leo said, are you friends with Mulleted Tit Theo Vaughn? I think he follows him. He follows me, or I follow him or something, because maybe at one time I was gonna go on his show, or me and David were gonna go, and then I couldn't. Then he just went or something. And I will admit I knew nothing about the person at all, except that he's a comedian and he has a podcast. But who isn't? I didn't know he was a mulleted tit, Leo. Randy said, oh, the name of the bar is Mezcla. It's in the Arts District in Las Vegas, 197 East California Avenue. Ask for RJ's Midnight Special. Come visit when you're in town. I would love to. I really want to just plan a weekend getaway to Vegas just to see this now. This is so exciting. I'm sure AEW will be back in Vegas soon, too. This is so good. Amanda said, just because I love... Oh, a wonderful tribute. Just because I love you and fangirling over you is amazing. Can't wait for Full Gear, which is in New Jersey. And the dramatic reading. Hope Pro Wrestling Tees does another event. I hope they make some shirts at some juncture. I hope they make that AEW fan hat that Chicago Dan, the AEW fan, was wearing. Also, before you know it, we're like a month away from AEW in Toronto, back to back. 2 nights of laughter and slams. Leo said, gee, imagine RJ on an anti-woke podcast. You know, they and I guess you got to kind of, pick your fights and whatever, but I feel like they bait other people in to argue with them. But it's hard to argue with them because there's no real argument there. So to even concede to an argument is like thinking too much of their argument. I was just talking to somebody about this, that like I don't know, it was popping up on my YouTube, and it popped up in an autoplay. I was like, let's leave this on. It was some guy on the news explaining his flat earth theory. I'm like, you know what, buddy? I'm in a good mood. I got nothing to do. The floor is yours. And I lasted like 3 minutes. And he was just immediately saying shit that was not real. He was just saying shit. And it's like, why am I going to listen to you for another 20 minutes if your opening, which should be your strongest argument, is shit? Get the fuck. I don't even need to discuss this with you. So I feel like, by arguing with, this is just an example, the flat earther person, you're already giving them too much credit. Mike said, fun fact, Dennis Leary's entire act was stolen from Bill Hicks, but Dennis was so handsome. I like that S-hole song too. Luke said, there's 2 Dennises. What are we talking about? Dennises now? Randy said, I've lost my mind. Sean said, I enjoyed the Chicago Dan bit immensely. It's not a bit. It was a Chicago Dan. Amanda said, oh yeah, who left the shit comment with his own shit on YouTube? So sometimes there's like a negative comment on YouTube. And honestly, relatively rarely to how many bad comments are out there in general. And the best part is if you do it on your phone, you see a shit comment, you click on it, it'll show you like the last 3 comments the person left on the channel. And especially if it's like on AEW's channel, you see, and they just are just shitting on other AEW stuff, like just because like that's what they do. And you go, okay, this is your identity. It doesn't count. It's fine. But then sometimes if it's a negative comment and you click on it and all their other comments are positive, you feel even worse. Daya said, I just really can't imagine being so angry at people for living their lives in a different way when it has no effect on mine whatsoever. People got time in their hands. This is the luxury of the modern world. Mass Sandy said, did Chicago Dan get to see Michael Jordan? Yes, his face is on a building somewhere. I got very excited. Vivian said, I'm just glad that comedians who obsessively punch down and haven't learned any other method of writing just continuously reveal that to the world now. Sean said, there's a really good Sartre quote. Oh, excuse me. Debating people that aren't really interested. Yeah, you just like, sometimes like, I don't even want to say the former WCW wrestler who has a controversial podcast and constantly pops up on my feed because other people are arguing with him. And I'm like, if you weren't arguing with him, I wouldn't see him, and that would be even better. Luke said, please keep James Corden, though, while we're discussing people who straddle both countries. Oh, he's well straddled. Positively, he said, more said 80s comedian anecdotes, please. I'll do your best. I'm going to watch a couple episodes. Next week, we'll talk about exclusively the Mike Huckabee show. Megan said, did you go and comment on his garbage? No, I leave people be. Emily said, I missed out on AEW Toronto tickets. Grr, I have a feeling they'll make more available. They sold out so quickly. Spot Center said, Steven Rivera, why are we saying this guy's name, is a flat earther wrestling gimmick. Oh, is this a joke? It's as interesting as it doesn't sound. He had an in-ring debate that broke down into a match. Well, I have matches that break into in-ring debates. Sam said, I've never been a fan of angry comedians. I preferred my comedians to be funny. Speaking of, I talked about that Sam Kinison was cut out of the Three Amigos because allegedly Chevy Chase was jealous. I have people looking into that. Hopefully I'll discover the clip at some point. Leo said, I think it would break down if RJ City or Lord went on Joe Rogan. Those 2 particularly. Me and Lord are just like that. The One True Dude said, from drinking coffee in their underwear to another, cheers. Thumbs up. Well, thumbs up to you. Randy said, what do you prefer as our way of supporting you? Getting your coffee, getting a cameo, buying a shirt from Pro Wrestling Tees? You can support me the best way that's easiest for you. If you want coffee, get coffee. If you want a shirt, get a shirt. If you want to just like shit on the channel and watch AEW, that's up to you. Whatever works for you, I am readily available. Thank you, and I'm available. Poe Girl misses Sam Kinison for some reason. Luke said, He prefers heartfelt, dramatic compliments more than anything else. Yep, that's it. Matt Sandy said, is the Randy Savage Sadness shirt available anywhere? It's from a place called Hull Kogan, is my understanding, and it's delightful. Well, that is the show. This will now redirect to Jessica Duke and Mia Yim playing Project Zomboid. If you want to hear that, the opposite of this, because it is a smorgasbord. Thank you to Mark Henry and everyone else for participating. Go get a copy of The World's Strongest Book when it comes out. Let's get a final shot of these hip underwear. And of course, go watch the latest AEW. It was a taste, and it was delightful, and it was tangy and nice and sweet. And so are you. Godspeed and God bless.